I want to do a little short video where I'm at. Got all the wiring done. See on this side. So this will be the odds, evens for the injectors and the coils. Over here, knock sensors and starter and stuff like that. The fuse panel I went and painted. Got it, primed, painted, cleaned it up. Still not done with all the wiring, cleaning up the wiring. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap them. And then I still got to put the covers over them to protect them when I put it in the car. It's a little bit more than what you'd normally see on what they call a 3 or 4 wire standalone, because I did put my relays for my start, brake, ignition, all on here. The relay's in yet, but the pins are all in. These are my fuses. I got some circuit breakers for the fans and the starter, because those types of things, if the fuse goes, you want them to reset. At least I do anyway. Still got a spot for a circuit breaker here, which will be for the AC. 30 amp, 2020. These are the 2 fans. This here is starter, AC, power. But at least the wiring's done. Some of the things that I ran into was when I took these connectors apart. Sorry, it's a little hard with one hand. To get the pins out, I took these covers off. They just pop off, but it's real easy. Instead of using these, and see if you can see those, those little tiny holes to pop the pins out. If you take these out, you can get to them. But what I found out is before you put the pins back in, snap this in. Makes it a lot easier, because I found out that I had to take a couple of pins out, and reason being was the locks were just too far out and it kept hitting the locks, it wouldn't sit in. So I pulled those pins out, snapped it back in, and just pushed the pins back in. So the thing I learned was put it back in before you go ahead and put your pins back in. So learned that. A couple other things I learned was make life easier. I used a stripping tool. First time I used this, I usually use my old trusty hand stripping tool. This guy here. But it made it a little easier, consistent, didn't nick the wires. One of the other things, I use crimp tools. I went and bought this Astro. It comes with a whole bunch of different type of crimping tools that you can slide in here. Thing I had to do was work on adjusting the pressure and then finding the right ones for these pins to work, because it either over crimped them, got stuck. I finally went and adjusted after making a bunch of crimps and got it to where it was working the way I liked it on each of the different pins. So I had to, when I went to the 22s, I had to adjust the crimp. When I went to the 20s, I had to adjust the crimp, but made some good crimps, so all that worked. Some of the things I ran into, usually you have your ignition, your start, and your power is where they show these. What I added, I got the ignition, start, and power in here. But I also added fan 1, fan 2, and AC. So, got a couple extra wires, got a couple extra relays, got a couple extra circuit breakers. I could have cut this down and made it only that way, but I wanted to group everybody together. So, doesn't look pretty yet, but it'll look pretty once I get it in the car, in the truck, and, put all the casings on them and stuff like that. I'm going to wrap them, put the casings on them. Some of them, as you can see, that silver down there, they're going to get heat shield because I'm getting close to the exhaust. all that's got to be done. But at least the wiring's done. I checked the pins. I used my little handy dandy pin remover, and it fit. This guy fit within the pin, so I was able to go ahead and ohm out, make sure that each one was where I wanted it. What I found out is on the internet, you can get the pin outs, but I found out I got extra pins in mine. Probably what I'm thinking is because of my tranny and some of the options I had some extra pins in mine that I had to take care of, figure out where they went. A lot of them went to the tranny. There was some power that wasn't on the stuff on the internet. I took all that and made notes, and I'll share that with everybody later on. If you got questions, you can ask. But as far as I got so far, I still got to do, this will be the OBD2, sorry. And it's also going to be the drive-by-wire. This will be the inside the cab. This is going to go where I have a hole cut where it's going to mount on the mounting plate. And that's where I'm at. So it's about 100 and something degrees here in Texas. I'm freaking hot. I'm over talking. So have a great day, everybody. Bye.